Inside PressBox is presented by Live Casino and Hotel. Always live, always on. Welcome into Inside PressBox. Stan the Fan Charles here with my co-host Gary Stein, with the Orioles opting for a full rebuild and the Ravens drafting their quarterback of the future. Changes in the air, Gary.
But not on this show, right, Stan?
No.
I just want to make sure we're
good.
No
chance.
All right, we're good. They say basketball never stops. Well, neither does Jimmy Patsos. The former head coach of Siena and longtime leader of the Loyola Greyhounds details his new immersive role with Under Armour. And we'll also talk about the global explosion of the game of basketball. And we dish on the Orioles rebuild and what exactly the organization did for itself at the deadline. Keep it here for an Orioles-heavy edition of Crosstalk.
But first, Towson football kicks off its 50th anniversary season on the road Saturday, September 1st at crosstown rival Morgan State. Word out of the CAA Media Day is the Tigers are motivated by a preseason pulse light and eager to improve on last year's 5-6 record. Let's welcome back in Towson University head coach Rob Ambrose. Rob, let's start with the slight. You're picked at the CAA Media Day. Not that those things end up meaning a whole heck of a lot, but I think they picked you like 11th or 12th. Is that motivation?
Yeah, a little bit. If you look at some of the records of some of the teams and where they finished, you look at how many guys I graduated and how many we didn't. How many returning players who had a 500 season last year and missed 3 wins by less than 10 points? Not a wise choice, I would think. But hey, you got to rank people somewhere, and we were ranked 10th once. We were ranked 10th once.
And you
went to the NCAA, right?
So that's okay.
Now, you also, at that press conference media day, said that your team was restless but not tired. What did you mean by that?
Well, we broke last season down into 2 seasons, and it had nothing to do with the injuries or anything else. It had to do what we didn't do as a team in the beginning of the season and what we did do as a team in the second half. And it was an attitudinal thing. It was nothing else but that. And the saddest thing was being done, because these guys finally started figuring out, if we do this, it really doesn't matter who we play. We can beat anyone. So they didn't want to end the season. And it has been the second best offseason I've been involved in 10 years here.
Last year, the story you were talking about quite a bit was how much this team seemed to rally around each other. Am I right in remembering that?
It was.
And did that pay off as to the improvement of the team the second half of the season?
The foundations of that existed paid dividends in the end. The massive amount of injuries that we had with all the guys that we spent 6 months, 8 months planning the season around to score all the points didn't play anymore. And that was a challenge. I give the kids and the staff a lot of credit that we regrouped, we rebounded, and we found a way to not only play well, but play well against nationally ranked competition. I think we kept Delaware out of the playoffs by beating them again when they were in the top 20. Elon was finished 4th or 7th in the country, and we lost to them in triple overtime down there. So the attitude is much better overall, and they realize that with all the talent they have, it really doesn't matter what I can do. We can do this.
Rob, last year, and everybody talks about the quarterback position when it comes to football, and last year you found one in Ryan Stover. But he's got some competition this year, and one of the guys that's competing with him has a pretty interesting last name, at least in these parts. Tom Flacco, Joe's younger, and I think youngest brother, if I'm not mistaken. Talk a little bit about him, and is he different, the same? How would you compare him to Joe Flacco just in terms of personality?
Makes less money right now.
Right now he does. Yeah.
I hope so, or I'm in a whole world of trouble.
Wow.
Are they alike or are they different? They're alike in the same way that they're both extreme competitors. They're both incredibly intelligent, and they're both really, really hard workers. As far as personality goes, and I've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with Joe over the last 10, 15 years, and everybody knows Joe's a straight-laced, straight-faced, kind of, he's not going to say too much unless he has to kind of guy. And not that Tom's overly verbose, but I guarantee if I screw up, Tom's going to tell me about it.
Really?
Yeah, he's just that kind of guy.
Hey, 2 things from a PR standpoint I want to touch base with. 50th anniversary season. Season tickets are $50 a ticket. You think fans should be running to buy some tickets?
Well, for a multitude of reasons. The whole 50 thing, I've had to explain to people around here because they don't know any different. Like, this is also basically the 150th year of football in college, but we've only been playing for 50.
Right.
So if you think about cars and how they've grown in 100 years or electricity in 100 years. So we are so far, we're neophyte in all of this stuff. But with that being said, we're the only team in America that's going to the playoffs in Division III, Division II, and Division I. So we've done some amazing things in a short period of time. This should be the jumping off point for the next 100 years.
Got to ask you, September 1st, you open against crosstown rival Morgan. The game was brought back last year by the two ADs. It was an ugly game last year, but the weather was terrible. Hopefully you'll get better weather. You looking forward to that game?
Very much so. This one's going to be at Morgan, and which is awesome, and I think it should go back and forth, right up to the point that everybody watches this, everybody gets it, and they go, oh my God, we should have this downtown. There's too many people that want to go to this game. This should be Baltimore's college football game.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you being on, Rob. Good luck this season.
Thanks, man.
All right. Up next is former Siena head men's basketball coach, the one and only Jimmy Patsos, on his move to Under Armour and a myriad of basketball topics.
Or baseball.
Keep it here for more Inside Press Box.
And Hero Appreciation Day is every Wednesday at Live Casino and Hotel. Live Rewards members with a valid military, DOD, police officer, or firefighter ID receive special offers. Visit livecasinohotel.com for details. At Arundel Mills must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Glen Burnie Transmissions provides factory remanufactured transmissions for hundreds less than the dealer. Suspect you have a transmission issue? Stop by for a complimentary road test and scan. You can easily get an estimate on your transmission repairs by going to their website, gbt-online.com, or call 410-766-8500. Inside Press Box is presented by Live Casino and Hotel. Always live, always on.